Ooh, baby, that's a big one.
Another one. Make it look crippled enough like that, so they want to eat it. Oh, the big ones are biting so good this morning. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, I have returned out here to the cypress tree swamp again this morning to do some crappie fishing. Trying to track down a big monster slab today. I haven't caught any that have eclipsed the 2-pound mark yet this fall, and I'm hoping that we can maybe do that today. So I've actually been out here for a little bit this morning. It's been too dark for me to really film this intro, but I've got to say, the bite, it's on. It's on right now, and I'm not sure how long it's gonna last. So I gotta get back to it. So guys, if y'all are excited to join along with me on today's fishing adventure, I would greatly appreciate it if you could leave a thumbs up on today's episode and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But with that being said, we gotta get back to it. Let's go catch some fish. There we go. 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 There's a good one. That's a good one to start things off. Really good one. Yes. Oh. Whoo. There we go, guys. We're out here. We've got our first fish of the morning. It's a really, really nice slab. We're going to get him off of this hook here, and we are going to get him in the bucket. Oh, there we go. There we go, guys. Hooked up. That's a nice one. That is a nice one. Oh, it's a really nice one. Get up here. Yes, sir. Second fish of the morning is a really, really nice one like the first one. I got two nice slabs in the boat this morning. Put them in the bucket. Let's get back in there. There we go. Here's our third one. Doesn't feel as big. Oh, he's pretty decent, but he's not going to keep, I don't think. This one here is just a little bit short, but it's still a nice one. And I'm glad that we're catching some out here this morning. Maybe we'll run to big old Slab Daddy today. That 2-pound crappie we've been looking for all season long. He smoked it. That's a good one. Stay on there. Woo, here we go. There we go, guys. Third keeper of the morning. We are smacking them in the face really good right now. Been out here all of, 10 minutes. We're getting some really good fish in the boat. That's our third keeper, another nice black crappie on a little Bobby Garland. That's been the bait of the year. Been smashing them. Okay. Uh-oh. That's another big one. Oh, the big ones are biting so good this morning. Get up here. Get in the boat. You love to see that right there, guys. That is, I think, our fourth or fifth keeper. I've already lost count. Just another solid one. They've all been really, really quality sized fish this morning. You never know what kind of size fish you're going to get into when you're out here. You know if they're all going to be small or medium sized or large or extra large. But we're on the large ones today. And normally when you're on this size fish, you tend to catch a couple that are, above average sized. So we're going to put this one in the bucket and we're going to keep casting so we can get some more. That's another good one. White crappie. I think it's our first white crappie of the morning. Woo-hoo. Oh, look at that. He's got a little gash on his side. Something was probably down here trying to get him. There's a ton of these little piebald grebes out here and cormorants. I wouldn't doubt that that was like a fresh mark from getting snatched up by one of those birds. I'm gonna let this one go since he's got that blemish on him. I think we're gonna catch plenty today. Don't want to deal with that. But there's our nice white crappie. Keeper, but a little bit scraggly. Oh, oh no, there went Cedric. Honestly, guys, there's really not been a whole lot of ducks out here. Oh, now they got him. Guys, honestly, there really hasn't been a whole lot of ducks out here on this lake that I've seen, and making it worth it for me to want to go out there and go duck hunting, especially whenever there's all these fish are here to be caught. It's really a pretty easy decision what to do in the morning when the fish are biting like this. Otherwise, you know, I enjoy duck hunting quite a bit, and if there were more birds, it'd be a little bit more of a difficult decision. But like I just said, when there's not that many birds flying and there's a bunch of fish biting, it's fish every time. But right now, I'm more interested in catching a giant 2-pound slab crappie. That's what I want really, really bad.
Oh, baby.
Get out of that log.
Let's go. Let's go.
Not quite a keeper, but a pretty one. You gotta love that. I mean, I'm telling you, like, one of my favorite things in the entire world is just like twitching that bobber in here and it kind of just bloop across the surface and it just goes boop. It suspends right there. Oh, I don't know why that does something to me, but it just does. I think it's just the anticipation of setting the hook and not knowing how big that fish actually is. Whew, gets my heart racing every time. I've caught thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of crappie, and it just never gets old.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
They keep trying to take me over into this dang stump over here. That's a fat one. Yes, sir. Another one of them good ones that makes it to the bucket. Man, what a nice fish.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The little ones bite it harder than the big ones, I'm telling you.
Oh, he ain't that little. Frick. He's not even a little one, he's a keeper. Maybe it's just a white crappie trait. Maybe the white crappie hit it harder. I think it's our first keeper white crappie. Not that it really matters, but nice fish. Throw right back in that spot, see if there's another one. He bit that thing so fast.
What you'll see is normally when you have an area where there's like a bunch of fish hanging out, you'll have fish bite your bait more aggressively because they're competing for it. And so anytime I feel like the bite was a little bit more aggressive than normal, I like to assume there's more fish right there. And they've obviously caught a few fish right there, and we're just sitting in this one spot. But
these fish in the morning time or anytime we have low light, they just swim around. They just swim in circles, in schools, chasing bait fish. I've already seen a lot of bait fish come through here. So at any time you can have a really nice sized school of fish come through. And when they're moving, they are moving.
Another one. Another one.
Same spot. A little smaller. He doesn't have as bold patterns, does he? Look at that. He looks like one of those ice fishing crappie you see. Not very spotted up. He's really not that cold. It's really not too terribly cold out here this morning. We've been having some pretty chilly mornings. It's like 45 right now. And I like 45 more than 25 or 30. The biggest thing I like about 40-degree weather over 30-degree weather is that in 40 degrees, I only wear 2 jackets. 30 degrees, I usually wear like 4. I get cold. My little bones can't handle it. Oh, son. Stay on there. Man, gotta love a good boat flip. Another nice keeper. These rods that we're using do an excellent job of flipping these fish into the boat. This is the ACC Crappie Stick. It's a 6'6" medium. I would say fish is a little bit lighter than a medium, but it's kind of hard to tell. The rod is just so light, and it's got a really small diameter here. So it has kind of the diameter of like a light action rod. But as you guys have seen, we've had no issues flipping these fish into the boat. If you'd like to check out any of the ACC gear, we'll leave a link down in the video description. It's like a really, high quality crappie fishing rod at an affordable price, and we've been happy to use them. There's a bunch of different options out there too. There's, these smaller, like 6.5 foot models. They also have long jigging rods.
I really have to get better at vertical fishing, like with the jig rod. I just suck at it so bad. This is a great place to do it. You know, you have all these trees around, but I just have like zero confidence in it, and I'm just not good at it. I would rather sit in one spot and cast around and fight them back to boat that way. But I do love that big thump on the end of a jig rod and just like dropping it to them. You can flip those 3-pounders in the boat with those. Another one, little guy. Not that little. Not that little. Nice one. Might have me a little hot spot over there. He just kind of tore my jig down. I think it's gonna be okay. Like I mentioned earlier on, we're just using the Bobby Garlands again, just the little baby shads. It's a little straight tail, little plastic. That color's monkey milk, and I've got a bright pink jig head on there. It's a 32nd ounce. Got a big old eyeball on it. I like the big eyeball. It kind of like acts as like a kill spot. The fish can really, you know, hone in on that lure by looking at the eyes. Crappie are very visual feeders. And I just feel like I have more luck when I have big eyes on my jig head. And I use all sorts of different kinds of jig heads, but big eyes on my jig head is my confidence. And I'm using the bright pink. Usually I like to use a really bright, you know, gaudy color to kind of like contrast the body of the plastic. I'm good with throwing lead colors too, but we have kind of low light situations. I want that bait to stand out really well. And it just kind of, you know, like, you know, separates itself from all the bait fish that are swimming out here. It's just something you want to think about whenever you're fishing for crappie around a bunch of bait fish, is that they have all of this available forage, you know, at their disposal. Why would they want to eat your little fake jig? You know, you just have to make it stand out enough, make it look crippled enough like that, so they want to eat it. That's a nice one. Real nice one. Real nice one. That's the only thing about flipping a fish over into the boat like this, you know, with the skinny front deck. If you miss them, like when you go to catch them, then they could just go flying over the other side. Luckily, he stayed pinned. This hook is a pretty good hook on this jig head. I don't know if it's our biggest, but it's up there with one of the biggest ones. That's a big one. Oh no, no. Freaking A. That's a big one. That helped. That's a good one. Oh, nice. So a minute ago, I lost my pink jig head, and that was the only one I had in that size. So I swapped to another one, and I was missing every single fish that was biting. So I swapped to this one right here. It's got a little bit bigger of a barb on it, like that pink one, and I haven't missed, well, that was the first one, but I didn't miss them, so that's good. I mean, I literally missed like 6 in a row. Oh, baby, there we go. There we go, stay on there. Come up to daddy. Ooh, had to take a stand. I've been squatting all day. My legs were getting kind of sore and kind of tired. There's another nice one. It's kind of slowed down, which I kind of was expecting it to. It's a pretty clear day today. The sun's starting to get up, and usually once the sun gets up, the fish, you know, tend to kind of, you know, tuck tighter up underneath these trees or under these mats, and it's not conducive to this style of fishing that I'm doing. They get a little bit tougher to catch, but hopefully we'll be able to catch a few more before they quit biting, or maybe they won't quit biting. Maybe they'll pick back up, I don't know. No, it's still biting. A little bit smaller. Still love them though. I was kind of worried about this jig head. I don't really like to use chartreuse jig heads. I know a lot of y'all probably love it, but I just haven't had the best of luck. But this one here's got a little bit of blue on it, which helped me out a little bit. It's got that little red eye on there. But overall, I have not had the best of luck with chartreuse jig heads, and I have no idea why, because I catch the mess out of fish with chartreuse tubes. I think it's honestly just in my head. You really just have to fish with confidence. And my confidence is like a bright orange or a bright pink jig head, or just, you know, unpainted. Ooh, baby, that's a big one. That's a big one. That might be our biggest. Yo, I don't know if that's our biggest fish of the day. It very well could be, but that is the biggest white crappie I've caught out of here in a while. It's really slowed down. I started casting my bait a little bit tighter to these trees just because the sun's gotten up, and he bit it right there at the base of that water tupelo in front of me. What a gorgeous fish. Look at that. Just solid, you know, pound and a quarter maybe. Just a slab. That's exactly what you want to see out here. There's some out here that are twice as big as this though, and we're gonna keep doing our best to see if we can put one of those in the boat, but for now, I'll take these all day long.
Well guys, it's been about an hour since I caught my last fish. I fished around a bunch of good holes out here in the swamp and haven't had a single bite, which is something that I was kind of, you know, expecting to happen today. Like I said, the sun is starting to get up, and once that happens, they seem to really disperse and they become a little bit harder to catch. So I guess that's all I'm gonna catch today. I didn't catch any swamp 2-pounders, but that's okay. We got some really nice ones. I think we have, I don't know, 10 or 12, maybe 15 in the bucket, so you definitely can't complain about that. I'm gonna take them home and get them cleaned up here in a little bit, but I think this is where I'm gonna end today's episode. I just wanna say thank you so much to all y'all that took the time to hang out with me out here in the swamp and do some fishing. It's always a lot of fun. Hopefully we can come back out here again and catch some more, maybe get that 2-pounder that we're after. But until then, this is where I'm gonna leave y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the video. If so, do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our future fishing adventures. I'm Cole Harkin, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys.